All right, everybody, here we are. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Just rolled out of the hotel room, heading over to the convention center to get day 3 rolling. I'm flying solo right now. AJ was still sleeping, but he was actually ditching me to go get in line for the store anyway. So we're kind of off doing our own thing. I was supposed to be up at about 4:30 in the morning. I wanted to go get in line to get a wristband for the world premiere of Battlefront 2 panel, but all the partying and late nights and silliness that's been going on for the past 4 days finally caught up with me. So instead of being up at 4:30 when I wanted to, I was up at 20 after 8. So I jumped out of bed. I was like, crap. So I wasn't going to rush, and then I went online and saw that as of 8 a.m., there were still wristbands available for all panels. So if I hurry, there's a good chance I might be able to get into the Battlefront panel. It's been an interesting convention so far. I haven't been to a single panel, which for me is not out of the ordinary. But as we've talked about on the show, I'd been saying for months that George Lucas was going to be at the 40th anniversary panel. I was right. We speculated about Harrison Ford, that it was pretty much an impossibility, but that turned out to be right. None of us could have predicted John Williams, though. So I was going to get in line on Wednesday night and wait all night, and I wanted to get into the Galaxy stage, the main room for the 40th anniversary panel, and I decided, well, I haven't seen a lot of the group, so I'm going to be a team player. I'll sit this one out, and I'll just watch it live in the hotel room on the stream, which I did, and it was immediately kicking myself in the ass because I missed a chance to be in the same room with George Lucas, John Williams, and Harrison Ford. So things like that don't really happen too often in life. So kind of kicking myself over that one. But, I've had fun walking around. We had a bunch of random stuff. We ran into Ray Park the other night. Did post pictures of that up on our Twitter and Facebook. Riz Ahmed, who plays Bodhi Rook in Rogue One, was just walking around the floor yesterday, and I almost got a picture with him, but the security guy said, he's trying to keep a low profile, so let's not do that. So I said, all right, got to respect the guy. Don't want him to get mobbed. So that was fun. Chris Gore, nerd celebrity who appears in The People vs. George Lucas and the prequel Strike Back. He's a super guru of knowledge on all things nerddom, especially Star Wars. Ran into him yesterday. Excuse me. Wednesday, before the panel opened, I was kind of slinking around the convention center floor. Ended up in the higher levels and ended up in the celebration stage, which is the second largest stage of the convention. It's actually where the Battlefront panel is today that I'm hoping to get into. So I went up there and just happened to walk into this big old room, and I was like, oh crap, this is the celebration stage. And then there's Warwick Davis comes walking out to start warming up for a panel he was doing. So, I've learned a few lessons so far. This is my 4th celebration in a row for me and AJ. It's both of our 4th in a row. It's our 3rd one in Orlando. 2010, 2012, C5 and C6, those were both in Orlando. So we're very familiar with the convention center floor and where to go, what to do, where all the parties are at and all the craziness that goes on. But if this can be believed, I really feel like I should be more ballsy because I've almost gotten a ton of stuff, and in hindsight, looking back, it was a pretty big almost. So if I would have just pushed it a little bit further, I could have gotten some crazy stuff. I would have gotten a picture with Warwick Davis. I would have asked Ray Park to do a bumper ID for the show and all sorts of things like that. So, but lesson learned. Celebration's been great so far. Not really a ton of huge news coming out about anything yet. We obviously got the Last Jedi trailer and official movie poster. Quick little review from me about the trailer. I thought it was absolutely amazing. By the way, it's really hard not to swear on the live thing. I'm trying to make sure there's no edits here. But, yeah, that trailer was something else. If you guys listen to the show, you know that I'm always talking about, I want, to see an original story. And from the sounds of a couple rumors we've heard about the plot direction, and now, what they did to us in the trailer, with the whole, it's time for the Jedi to end. They're taking this in a completely unique direction. Oh, I'm good, man. Thank you very much. They're taking this in a crazy direction. By the way, if there's a lot of background noise, I'm out on International Drive here in Orlando. I'm probably about to jaywalk, knowing me. So they're taking the story in an incredible new direction, which for me is awesome. And it seems like it's kind of dark, and it's going to really put a lot of question marks into the Star Wars universe, which is really cool. Because I think when you have something that's been around as long as Star Wars, and it's so well established, it's hard to do something original with it, and it looks like The Last Jedi is doing that, which is something you never see. So I was super excited. The one thing that people are speculating about is at the end of the trailer, it was not Luke saying, the Jedi. They were saying it's Benicio del Toro. Some people are claiming that it was him and not Luke. So we'll see what happens with that. But so yeah, today's schedule, we got the Battlefront panel. There's a couple other things, but I'm mainly going shopping. I want to get a Hasbro Black Series Stormtrooper helmet. I need a new ball cap because the one I have is pretty ragged, so I got to do that. I might get a couple more Black Series figures. My wife's going to holler at me when I show up with more action figures, but such is the life of a podcasting nerd, right? So, but yeah, it should be interesting. Today is the longest and busiest day of celebration since it's Family Day. A lot of people that can only make it one day come out for Saturday. So all the big parties are tonight. I think the 501st party happens tonight. There's a couple different things going on. So basically any of the hotels around here, you'll roll in there and there'll be a ton of people just letting loose after the convention closes at 7. So you'll have that going on. And now I'm jaywalking. There we go. Made sure not to get hit by a car there. Although that would have made for compelling podcasting. In the middle of a live broadcast, get smacked by a Buick. So, yeah, so tonight, and the Rosen's going to be hopping, so we'll probably end up over there because that's basically the hub of everything. For those of you not familiar, the Rosen Center Hotel is the one that's attached to the convention center. So it's basically the busiest hotel that they have. So that's the one we were trying to get in. Because you heard me complaining on air about not getting it. So we'll be doing that. Going to get some more pictures today. I want to go through the 501st room again because I've decided I'm officially going to try and become an official 501st member. I'm going to do a biker scout. So I got to start doing my research for that. That'll be fun. But there are a few panels. I have to use my phone right now to record, so I can't look up the schedule. But I think there's a couple other panels that I would like to do. But we'll see. As usual, I just end up wandering the floor for 10 hours going, look, everything is Star Wars. I guess when you've been a Star Wars fan since you're 4 years old, it doesn't change when you're 41. So that's how it works. So, yeah, so I'll go on again later, provide some more updates, see if anything earth-shattering comes down. But so far, we got The Last Jedi. That's been the focus of everything. George Lucas was here. Harrison Ford was his first convention. Hayden Christensen was his first convention. So, fun times. So, we will catch you guys later, man.